I just had a classes, and it was a perfect student for us for this moment because there is a girl from Gardos. She played very good, very nice. But we played some small games for 4-4 to take table 1, table 2, table 3, going up and down. And she was losing, and I don't want to play more. I feel so sad, and this, I better I rest today. I said, no, now it's Thursday. You practice very good all the week. Now you have to beat yourself. Now you have to go continue the working. Don't give up, and focusing that you are going forward and making better. Don't wait that everything is from one moment to other one getting solved. You have to fight, and this is the biggest fight mentally, I think, can give me right to beat yourself and your negative.
Very critical with yourself and beating up yourself, right? Some players do that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing, and I'm excited to be here. I'm glad that we could make this happen, and it's very common mistakes that I think players focusing on what they can control. So basically, everyone's goal is to do your best for that day, right? But sometimes it's not your best. So improving just 1% every day.
Exactly.
Just having a mindset like that, how much you can improve in a month, right?
Yes, and also it's important that maybe today you sleep bad, you are a little bit more tired, you practice hard all the week, you are a little bit also more stiff. So your day best is maybe not your ever best. And this you have to also accept and play like this and play on based on that. What is today your best? And this today your best, you make a little bit better. But first of all, you have to accept what is your moment and situation, be now, and focus what you can do now, and not whatever and before and after and whenever.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's just in general, it's important to have like a present focus, right? Because this also happens, players focusing on their mistakes or they already in the future. But when you're in the present moment, I think that's very helpful. And absolutely, like before and also during, energy management is crucial, right? And it's impacted by so many different factors, how you mentioned sleep and the workload for that week, right? And also hydration, nutrition.
Many players ask me like, or the biggest question is, maybe you can answer easier and better, you know more, how to be in the present.
Yes.
How to focus in now and to be now, and because the biggest energy is in the present, is in now, not in the future, not in the past. It's only distraction for us. So how to be in the present now?
Yes, that's a very important question. So when somebody is in the past or in the future, one of the technique, like just focusing on your breath, actually helps you to bring back your present focus. And also just focusing on even one spot in the moment can help you. Eye contact is important, so it can help you to bring back your focus and also focusing on the ball, right?
I had one thing 30 years ago that one psychologist said to me, if you want to come back or you lose your focus, just look the ball and write on the ball with your mind, focus. And this, when you are writing on the ball focus, you are already in the present, in this moment. So this was my way before to be in the comeback in now and don't thinking about the negative things in my mind or in the moment. So thank you for being with TT ProNet, Dora, our specialist for mental coaching. Wherever you need someone who can help you, players or coaches in a mental preparation, mental coaching, Dora is our woman in TT ProNet, our specialist. So, and today we will talk a little bit about game preparation, tournament preparation, routines and all this. And I just want to thank you, Dora, to take your time for us a little bit. That how to prepare a tournament, everybody is very nervous, everybody is afraid of the future, everybody is afraid of losing, everybody is nervous to winning. So how to prepare a tournament, how to prepare a game?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Your mental game is also like a muscle or a stroke you can over. You have to train it. So, and what my advice, how to prepare for a tournament, always focus on what you can control, because being in the future and also focusing on things that you cannot control, it's causing lots of anxiety. It's a great way to also prepare for tournament. One of the first steps is just write down what's in your control and what's out of your control. In your control, your training, right? Your routines. I always say routines are your best friends, because when the pressure is high, that you can focus on that, and it really helps you to move forward. Before the tournament, it's a very good thing to do regarding your mental game. Like, you can visualize how you're going to play, your success, but also the challenges, how you can go through. You can even visualize tactics as well. Also, a good way to prepare before a tournament is create positive affirmations. Going through that you're encouraging yourself. So any affirmation is a self-talk, whether you say it out loud or in your head. It's really affecting how you feel and also how you perform. And nutrition, hydration, sleep was also very important. And knowing yourself, right? Because it's also before the tournament, how much training you need before, right before. Because some players like to train more, some players like to rest. So you have to know which works best for you. And also, I would say it's also very good to create some goals for the tournament, but which is not focusing on just the results. So focusing on what do I have to do to able to get that result. So for example, arriving there early, right? Have a good warm up, nutrition, hydration, sleep. Also like what game you want to play, what serves, right? And also when you play, also you can use your breath. Breathing is also a very good technique. Also enduring in the moment. I'm sure you are using that as well, and also you might teach to your
I
students.
use it.
Huh?
Yes, I use it all, and also I can tell before. Of course, you make a good preparation, at least 2-3 weeks with the technique preparation. The technique should be normally arrived to the competition. Technically, the only problem is the confidence. Before the tournament, the confidence is always a very big problem. You can see already in some practices who is players who will win or who will lose on the tournament, who will play better. And this is a very big point, that don't be afraid to play games before the tournament. Don't be afraid to lose in the practice before the tournament. I prefer to lose before the tournament and not in the tournament. And of course, I want to win. That's why I was always very angry in the preparation if everything was not perfect, because maybe then I lose in the preparation my game, I will lose confidence. But it's a little bit wrong thinking, because if you play good in the preparation, you win, you have confidence, okay, then you are like on 10-10, you play the deciding points on the right way, it's perfect. You have to take this with you to the tournament. Remember what you did and take this confidence to the tournament. In the opposite side, you are on 10-10 or you are losing in the preparation, also you have to learn from it. Okay, I lost because I did this bad. So in the tournament, I have to change. I have to do differently. I have to be more aggressive on 10-10. I have to be more safe on 10-10. I have to make other serve, maybe other decision on 10-10 that I did in the practice. So the practice is very important. If you are on a good way, the good things you can take as a confidence, and the bad things you can learn from it. Everything what you do in the practice make you stronger. So don't be afraid from my side to play games, to test yourself. In the practice, you can only win if you go in the right mindset into the practice matches. Then if you will learn from it, doesn't matter you win or you lose, you can take always many positive things from it.
Absolutely, everything is a feedback, right? Also doing a reflection, whether it's practice, whether after even a tournament is so important. So what went well, what didn't, and how you can do it differently next time. It's so helpful, definitely.
Yes. What would you say for a routine before the match for a young players, let's say from 12 to 18 years old? They are still young. They still don't have a routine in the game or before the game, what kind of things they should take care?
It's on the tournament day or
On the
before?
tournament day,
Okay.
yes. Before a match event, before they go, like they have 2
Yeah.
hours before the game, they're warming up, and which routine, or in the morning on tournament days, how should they create the routines, let's say?
Yeah, so on a tournament day, it's very good when you're not rushed to the, to the tournament. So that's good when you have a very good warm up. But again, you have to focus on what's in your control, because I know some tournaments is limited regarding warm up. So a good warm up is very important. And also before their match, doing some breathing exercise, how I said before, like deep breathing, because when somebody is nervous, I'm sure everyone can relate to that, holding your breath. So doing some breathing exercise for a couple of minutes, it helps you. Also encouraging yourself. So doing some affirmations that I can do it, I will do my best. I believe in my abilities, right? So these are very important ones. And also, I would say in general, movement. So when somebody is nervous, sometimes they feel freeze, right? So movement is very important. And also
Yeah.
play one point at a time. That's a very good one. And if you're new and young to the sport, it's also good to set up some goals that, okay, I will focus on my serve, right? What serve I will give, and also what serve shot I'm planning to do, and not rushing between the points, but taking time between points. So I would say having a positive mindset, right? Having a good energy, creating positive emotions are super important. And whether you're losing or winning, you win experience. In the match or you win experience, you want to look at that way. So having this mindset that you will learn from the experience, and also it's always the feedback.
Yes. I remember when I make the bigger step in the world ranking on the tournaments, it was really hard to come out from the qualifications. It was already the qualification very hard, very difficult. And after I start to think, okay, the qualification is so hard, I cannot control if I will go out, will win or lose, whatever, because everybody's practice hard, everybody want to win. So I just was focusing on give your best, fight 100%, and then if you practice better, if you train better, and if you are better, then you will win. If to deserve, you will win. But to deserve the victory, you have to fight, you have to give 100%. And just focusing, give your best, fight every point is already being in the present and not thinking about the future. This was my way to focus and to really take out all the pressure and just give my best. And after this moment, I win almost every tournament, the qualification. I came up and I go slowly, but in a good direction on the world ranking. My personal routine is that I have always before the match, short before the match, 40 strong breathing. This gives me a lot of energy. This gives me a very clear head. I push myself full with oxygen. This is one, and have my warm-up routine. I think since 20 years, almost always the same with some movements for the shoulder, some warming up for the shoulder, some warming up for the body, some stretching movements. And after is only thinking which tactic I want to play, how I want to start the game, and that's it. So this is a short. It takes like 15, 20, 10 minutes, depend how much time you have, but already with 10 minutes you have enough time to make your routine. And when it works, then it works, give you confidence, give you in a flow to come into the game, and then just fight and accept, because the other player is also practicing hard, he also want to win. So just fight, and sure the better will win at the end of the game.
No,
This was my option.
this is great, and I think everyone is very. You are sharing this experience. Talking to young athletes, many times I notice when I ask them, "What's your warm-up routine?" I think it's sometimes the young ones, they don't have a warm-up routine. I can also relate to that. Like also when I played, I always had a warm-up routine. It's so good because you don't have to think about anything else, and you're just doing it. and you feel confident by just doing that, right? So it's important. And also, yes, breathing and also focus on what you can control. One of the things that I also ask when I work with players, that write down like your routine for the tournament, and also when you're at the tournament day, you just have to follow that, because when you're following that routine, you don't have time to worry, because that's your job. You just have to follow that routine.
You are in the present again.
Exactly. So that really helps you not to worry about like, oh my God, what will happen if I play this player, or you're thinking about already the match, if you're losing a point. If you're doing your routine, you don't have time for that. And it really gives you like also confidence that you're doing your routine, you're ready, and you know the tactic, what you're going to play, you know your strengths, right? You want to build on that, and you will fight for every point.
And this is the worst if you have nothing to do. Like always, it's good to do something. Like if you write down your routine, you know what you have to do, and you do this, and not looking happen in the tables. If I'm waiting, I had one time a very very bad situation. It was a very important tournament. I was very nervous, and I had to wait 1 hour. They played a very long match, and we could not go out. It was COVID time. You could not go out if you was already inside the waiting area. So I already made my routine, and I was waiting, looking, and just thinking, oh, I am hungry. I have power. I have no power. Oh, they are finished. They are not finished. Okay, let's warm up a little bit. No, they are still not finished. So it's much better you make a routine, even you have a second things. If you have to wait long, you have other meditation. Maybe you have one, something like in TT Pronet, we have many meditation. I think 5 minutes, 10 minutes relaxation. We have some videos there. So you can always better to do something than only wait. If you are nervous, do something, focus, and this comeback give you back in the moment and not thinking about the future. And like this you can save energy, and even not you don't only keep energy, you build energy if you make some relaxation, meditation, or focusing, just being in the present. So it's very important to write down your preparation if you are a young player, and just really be in now, just to try not to looking so much what's happened there, in looking inside you and focusing in yourself. This is somehow the biggest goal and the biggest challenge, I think, for everyone, because I see that the kids, or even the big guys, the big players, this is the biggest problem. How can I be now in the present? So these are some keys. Maybe you have some more key moments how to come back, and after we can go to the next theme.
Absolutely. I think what also you mentioned, that it happens that also when somebody is nervous or have lots of waiting time, they get already tired until they start playing their game,
Yes.
right? So that's why energy management is super important, and also focusing on the right things, right? Not getting distracted by other matches, or focusing on the wrong thing, like getting annoyed with the opponent's style or the draw. That's very, very important. And also I would say that choose what's the best fit for you, because some people like to meditate, do more breathing. Some players like to visualize, but I also work with some players that didn't like that much, but some players like to listen to music. Some players don't. So you have to know that what works best for you. Also, you have to know that when you play your best, do you need high energy, you're that player, or lower energy? So in that way also, do you need more like calm before you play, or you need, pump up yourself? So these are also my suggestions, that you want to understand what works the best for you. And also, I'm sure it happened with everyone, that you're playing a match and after it's over, and it's like, I don't know what happened. It's done. Like I was nervous, or so. Sometimes you don't, especially with younger ones, that you don't notice what's going on. So first step, I would say, always self-awareness. So know when you're feeling good and you're pumped up, or that, okay, I feel a little bit too nervous, so I need to do the meditation or breathing, or a little bit more warm up.
Yes, we have a question there. Like I think we already answered how you stay in the present and how to think. This is the thinking. You don't think. You just make something. You focus on something. If you are thinking, you are going somewhere, and I need to be in now. I need to do. That's why it's 9-9-8-8 is this the same way on what I think. Now I don't write on the ball focus. Now I'm thinking, I'm focusing, okay, I want to serve short there. And if it's coming short, I give short back, or I try to attack the ball and after make a contra spin. Or I just want to open his serve and going into the open game, and I just keep focusing that I play quality, that he cannot play fast. So this is what I'm focusing, not thinking. I'm focusing. This is what gives me to be in the present. But a part of it, a part of this tactical thinking, this is what Dora said. It's like breathing in the game, right on the ball, focus. If you really lose your mind, then you cannot keep your mind on the tactic. Just look on the eyes of the opponent and see how nervous he is, and maybe this calm you down. So there is many ways. What I say, maybe you have some more in the game. In the game, you can have also routines. How you
So important. So in the game, it's very important, like right after the point, how you react. You make a fist or turn around and do a mistake ritual, right? So the routines on the table are super important. Also recovery, wipe the table, walk around. This is very important, and think about the tactics, like what happened, what's my job to the next point, and also serve and serve receive ritual. So you have that as well. How many times you bounce the ball right before you serve? It really helps to be ready, right? It's relaxing you. So all these mini routines are super important. Also using your towel every 6 points, slowing down. So at the table, that's super important. And also what you mentioned, it's so true. So thoughts are actually interfering with movements. So if you're thinking, it's harder to execute your shots. So the best, when you play your best and when you're in the present moment, you're not thinking, you're just playing, you're watching the ball and thinking about the tactics and where I'm hitting the ball and anticipation.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I use always the tower rest. I always try to make my tower on the same way back. This is like small routines I got in all the years. And it's like when you play good, these routines are working good. You take this feeling, and this feeling, these routines make you to come back to the same mental feeling what you had when you was playing good. This is small points that can help you. That's why it's important to create a routine, a good routine, a confidence routine that you can always go back, doesn't matter how you feel, and give you a moment, at least for some moments, you give you back in the better feeling, in a better mental momentum. There you have maybe more confidence. You forget the negative thinking, the negative things, and that's why the routine are helping us to come back in our comfort zone, where we are feeling us good, we are feeling as home, and then we can play also normally. The most of the players, they can play better. That's why it's breathing. You can use already in the practice before the match. Then you know, okay, before the match I use breathing. I come in my comfort zone. After I feel amazing, very strong. So you make 2-3 breathing between the points when you are nervous, and a little bit you will get the same feeling what you had before, and this already help you in some percentage to have better confidence and not to be in the negative zone. So if you have some more questions there, just write it down, and then normally we are soon in our end of discussion how to be in the moment, some mental game before and during the matches. You want to say something else or add something else?
Maybe just one more thing is that, no, this is so good what you're sharing, and I'm sure everyone is very appreciative hearing your insights and also your personal experiences. And pace is also very important, right? Because I also notice that some players, well, you know your pace as well, but you want to play on your pace, right? That works for you. You like to play fast or slower, right? So also when you're nervous, some players change their normal pace. So that's another thing that can be also added.
A point to focus, tactical. Okay, I know I'm nervous. Don't want to finish the point. Just focus on you play quality. You play 80%. I always teach play 80%, 80%, not strong. And this 80% is still a very high level. And when you are nervous and you just focus on 80%, 80%, 80%, it's also being in the moment. You will sure put 2-3 balls more on the table than when you just focusing that you are nervous and you won't finish the point, and then you are hard and make a boom and make a mistake.
So that's very helpful.
No, I see one. I have one. This very interesting point on the first place. I wanted to ask how to adapt to your opponent and find his weakness. And as you say, in the present is how to think.
Yeah.
Okay, tactically, how you find opponent, his weaknesses, you find in the analyzing his game, where is he waiting, you see his automatics and you play the opposite things, what is his automatic after the serve or receiving, you see how nervous he is, let's say on 9-9, what he's doing on 9-9s. You can analyze many videos already, and then you are already preparing for this kind of tactics of him. And you're just analyzing the game, analyzing the when you are playing in the first 2-3 sets, you have at least 1.5 sets is the usually time to adapt on the game of the opponent. After 1.5 set, normally a better player or the player they can adapt on their service and know how to play, which tactic you have to play. But it takes time. If there is, you could not prepare from other for somewhere to analyze his games. You need 1 set, 1.5 set, and then you can see. But you can see how he's gripping the racket if he wants to play backhand. If his elbow is always up, so he's preparing only for backhand. Maybe he's not waiting forehand balls. You see how his legs are. Maybe the right leg is front. He wants to play backhand. So this kind of small things you can always watch and see, and then just play to the forehand or let him move. All these things. If he doesn't turn the hip and he's making a topspin, then his footwork will be also worse. So this kind of things you can always watch. But this is a more team for a TT ProNet live session than now for the mental preparation. But this is how we adjust directly in a situation where we cannot analyze the opponent. But I'm sure the opponent is also nervous on 9-9 and also nervous on 0-0. And there is important who prepared better the game mentally, not tactically. And on 9-9, it's 80% mental game and maybe 20% tactic game. But this 20% tactic you have to keep. And mentally, this 80%, this mental game, you be strong, take your best, take your time. And if you can do your 80%, 70% on 9-9, it's more than enough, but this only with some mental practice, mental preparation, and some routines in, during, and before the game.
Absolutely. And you can practice that during training, right? Or it's also 9-9 standard situations. So that's very, very helpful. And I think like when it's 9-9, 10-10, stay relaxed, right? You can react quickly and be sharp, right? Yes. Make the right decisions.
I think that's it. Thank you very much, Dora. It was, I think, a very good and qualitative discussion, and I hope we will put it live. We will put it on TT ProNet, on Dora's homepage, on mine also, so you can watch it again and again and learn of it, and just tell us, write us your feedbacks, if it's working or not, or we could help you or not, or some new opinions. We are always open to new experience. And thank you, Dora, for your time. We'll meet you next week, and in 2 weeks, maybe.
Yes, you will be in Miami, right? And now you're
in. I will come to Miami with the family and make some training camp, and then maybe we can discuss again something cool things.
Yes.
On the game.
Yeah. It was a pleasure. Thank you, and everyone have a great rest of your day. And if you have any questions, yes, feel free to reach us. And also, if you have any topic that you're interested to learning about, let us know. All
Thank
right.
you very much. And you can find Dora always on TT Pronet. Yes, her methods, methodologics, and all her knowledge is there, and you can even make some lessons with her. She is available. So if you need help, and everybody needs help, I know we are there for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dora. We enjoy the day because in America it's still afternoon. So
Yes.
have a good day.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Ciao.